Hello everyone, I'm here to do the reading for July the 10th through the 16th. I'm looking at my notes here. But before I do that, I just want to let you know that the relationship reading is live. So if you have questions about your relationship, whether you be single or attached, there's a reading that I did that goes from July to December. It's free if you sign up for the mailing list in the description box. And also I added an extra about 15 minutes of footage. So if you feel like you need more information, for only $1.99 you can go on my shop and you can get the extended version if you just need to have more advice or more information about your relationships. So the theme for this week is called An Opportunity to Relax. And so on Monday the 10th, we have another opportunity where we start to have our week begin with more positive energy. We're in a good, balanced, and playful mental energy space, and it's also aligning well with our creativity. So, this is a time if you have creative projects or even romantic endeavors or writing projects, anything to do with that realm, communication projects, and you have ideas about them, this is a good time to actually see those things through and start to bring them into the physical plane. But also, a lot of us have been exposed to some sort of truth or some sort of revelation, especially since we are still on the cusp of this full moon energy. And because of that, we are also able to mature and expand our mind if we choose to do so. Our mind will be flying high, is what I wrote down. So, in a very good mental space that can mesh well with the creative realm. And I think that that extends all the way into Tuesday and even the very early hours of Wednesday morning. But then on Wednesday, you also get to focus on your personal hopes and dreams. Um, Very powerful energy for manifestation. Thoughts become things. So the morning is a morning to start off is going to be very important for you because it's so high to actually make, like I said, those thoughts start to come into the physical plane. You really need to have gratitude, compassion, and positivity when you start off Wednesday. And also have that loving energy, that compassion, and that expansion, not only toward others, but also for yourself. On the 13th, Thursday, you have access to spirituality, creativity, and romance on a soul level, but you may have issues translating it into real life. So, whereas the first few days of the week, you were able to translate it well, manifest, bring it from the top, from the spiritual down into the mental, and start to bring it out into the physical, you may start to lose a little bit of that energy on Thursday. So I would suggest that you write down your inspirations and know that you can just mull them over. And when you have more time or when the energy is more conducive, then you can bring those out and you can start to work on those again. You need to watch boundaries because the veil is so thin on Wednesday, and even for the beginning of this week too. You need to make sure that you aren't picking up other people's crap because I think that that can really affect you in a negative way this week. So just make sure what's yours is yours and what's other people's mess is their mess, and don't blend the two. And that even goes for unsolicited advice or unsolicited opinions. You really need to watch that this week and maybe just kind of do your own thing. And even if people ask you for your opinion, I would be really careful about what you say because this week your words are pretty powerful. So just keep that in mind. On the 14th, you have access to your intuition. And that's just some more energy that's carried over from Thursday. So just keep that in mind. And on the 15th, you need to build in some time for yourself, and it'll be you needed to build this time in early because the demand from others may pull you, or you may just feel like you're a little bit out of sorts later in the day. Truthfully, all of the day, you'll want to have me time, even if it's not possible for you to do it. So, just try to, now that you know ahead of time, try to reserve some time for yourself ahead of time and for positive self activities, things that fill you up, things that make you feel whole, and make sure that you actually do them. And then on the 16th, you have another morning where you can focus on self-maturity, education, and personal philosophy. So like I said, it's a powerful week because we're coming off of this full moon energy, and you can go into next week about that. Members, you can read your video, or you could go look at the past week that I did last week about some of that energy. But if you're a member, you can look at my full moon thoughts. Also on Instagram, I put up a couple of little 1 minute videos that you can look at. But on a whole, it's a more relaxed week, and it's just a time for physical or expansion physically if you need to change something physically, but expansion, growth, maturity, um, accessing romance, spirituality, the veil is thin. How are you using your truths to go further in your life as a more expanded and more mature person? So those are the things going on for this week. And so I've already pulled 4 cards for the sake of time from the Wizard's Tarot deck. And the first one we have is the Seven of Cups. And I already talked about this. It's being in that space where you have access to the divine, you have access to creativity, you have access to romance, and you actually have access to manifest one of these creative endeavors or one of these things that you've been desiring but haven't quite put into action yet. And what's going to really help you be successful, like I said, is really getting focused mentally around maybe one, max 2 things that you really want to create, and focusing your energy, your time, and attention on those things, because like I said, it's going to be very easy with the truth that we've revealed and with the access that we have to be able to bring things from that creative or that spiritual realm. Really think about them, mull them over, and then create something from that in our life, whether that be maturity, expansion, growth, or an actual tangible project. And this energy is going to be available for Monday, Tuesday, and probably the wee hours of Wednesday. And so it's very fitting that we have this card for the beginning of the week. The next card we have is the Hierophant card. And what I think that this card is saying is that there is a need for some spiritual exploration, and you have access to that, and you have access to mentors that can help you with this. So I feel like this is what this is saying. This may also be a card telling you that around Wednesday, Thursday-ish, you may have to conform to things, and it may not be in agreement with what you feel, or it may just be a time where, like I said, you may have to watch your mouth, keep your mouth shut, put your head to your own projects, your own philosophies, your own life, and not worry so much about what other people are saying. And if you are sent to or are solicited for advice, you just really need to be careful, because this is a card telling me that there's somebody that really takes your words very seriously, and if you don't choose them wisely, it can have the potential to create negativity. Or if you do and you really think about and watch what you say and are really deliberate, you have the chance to create positivity. All in all, there may be some conformity. There's going to be you thinking about the information that's coming into you. And because that time is where it may not be good for manifesting, it's going to be a time to just sit with it, to write it down, to ask for help, to ask for guidance. So when the energy is in alignment, you're able to move back into this space of manifesting the things that you desire and the things that you dream about. You have the Sun card going in right before the weekend, telling me that there's a chance for enlightenment, there's a chance for revelations, there's a chance for finding new vitality within yourself. And I think this enlightenment and this vitality is all going to be coming from your intuitive space. And if you are able to tap into that energy as it gets stronger and stronger moving into Friday, I think that you'll find that you have this beautiful information that you can sit with, that'll help you grow, help you mature, help you feel more full, and be able to do something with. I feel like getting information leading up into the next new moon. And then for our weekend, it may be busy. It may be a time of curiosity. We may have things planned, explorations planned. Not really being so much one-on-one with someone, or even just in our hole, in our cocoon. This is out and about. This is exploring. This is expanding. this is also this week having maybe some recognition or some good words said about you for some things that you've done for someone that respects you. So just think about that. And so because there's expansion and growth, like I said, in a personal way, this can be effective as far as your personal philosophies, your maturity, etc. But this also means that you're going to feel like you want some me time, some alone time to just work on yourself. But there may be some other demands that are going to be fun. They're not necessarily negative, but they just may have you feeling like you may feel a little torn because it's not what you want to do for yourself. So as I look at all 4 cards, I'm just going to be looking down, so sorry. Like I said, we have this tap to the divine, and we also have this spiritual guidance coming in to kind of help give us some revelations and some enlightenment. And this revelation enlightenment period is just meant for us to take it and start working on the beginnings of what we want to manifest and what we need to do to make ourselves better. And that expansion is going to help us mature and grow. If you are asked about your opinion, like I said, you may have a lot of opinions or a lot of thoughts about something, but you really need to focus and hone in on exactly what you want to say. You really need to watch your words, because there are people that are going to take your words very, very seriously, and you'll see the manifestations of what you say pretty quickly. That could be positive, that could be negative. I talked about you getting some sort of recognition or being put in the spotlight by someone that respects you and that admires you, and that's because you did something, you developed something, you created something, and so you'll start to see the beginnings of your hard work starting to pay off. A lot of you are dreaming about expanding in some way, and maybe feeling a little down on yourself and like you aren't where you want to be, or you want to manifest things but you haven't quite put the work in to do so. And I'm letting you know that if you feel lost, if you feel like you don't have guidance, the energy is saying that there is information available to you. However, it may not be outside of yourself. It may be spiritual information. It may be your own personal philosophy that you still need to continue to work on. But it may be the divine that's trying to give you hints and clues about what it is you should be focusing on that's going to give you the best return on your investment as far as helping you manifest the things that you want, helping you create the things that you want, and helping you to grow to be a bigger and better person. So that is your reading for July 10th through July 16th. I will now pause the reading because I'm going to add the extended version that the members get. But for all the rest of you, I'll talk to you soon, and make sure you check out your relationship readings by signing up for the mailing list. Also, in sometime soon, I'm gonna send out a report around the eclipse energy. So those of you that are on the mailing list will get that for free. So talk to you soon. Bye.